My name is Maebe. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Good to meet you.
So I myself am a Democrat. I'm actually running for state senate here in California. I would argue that I am about as far left as you can get as a Democrat.
Okay.
And I'm critical of the Democratic Party because I actually don't think they're left enough. If we're going to talk about broken cities, here we are in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is not a broken city. I live here. I feel safe walking down the street as an openly trans non-binary person, as somebody who does drag.
I would say I'm very glad that as a trans person you feel safe here. You should feel safe, and I treat anyone that treats me with respect, you're going to get respect out of me. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad to hear it. I assume you've been to West Hollywood, right?
I have.
I used to live in West Hollywood, pretty close to the Abbey. I lived there for about 6 years, and the 6 years that I lived there, from about 2013 to 2019, it was pretty clean and it was pretty safe, and there weren't drug addicts and homeless people all over the place. I spent the last 2 days there in West Hollywood. That's the hotel I'm staying at is there. There are drug addicts and homeless people everywhere. Everywhere. You would acknowledge that is the case, yes?
I would acknowledge that, but I would also acknowledge that there are plenty of housed people who are also drug addicts.
Now, there's a couple issues here, because one of them is not just about violence. If you are going to create the conditions, the economic conditions, or whatever you want to call it, that's going to allow for these people to be out on the streets, would you want to walk a baby in a carriage down that block as these people are there? I don't think you would.
I would, because I don't know the last time I've heard of an unhoused person attacking a baby. And these are,
you know what? I would say if you, no, it's not fear mongering.
It is fear mongering.
If you were a young mother and you were pushing a carriage and there were a bunch of people who clearly were on, well, now they have super meth or whatever it is.
Meth.
But it is real. It is a real thing. It is a real thing. That are on any of these drugs, you would not want to push a carriage down that block. But it's not exactly just about violence per se.
I told you I would actually feel comfortable with that.
Okay, so you would.
Most these people.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that most parents would not be comfortable with that. But it's not just about that. You spend any time in, well, Hollywood's become a total disaster too. But if you go down Melrose, you go down to these places that were once thriving. The store everywhere. The stores are closed.
Okay, there are
not shoppers, but it's because of the economic conditions.
Exactly, it's a part of the economic conditions. So what we need is economic equity.
No. But who's been running? But Democrats have been running this city forever. Democrats have been running the state.
Spencer Pratt is not coming in to build housing.
It's not a housing issue. You could give drug addicts all the beds and homes that there are, and it will not work.